Let me start with a warning, what you're about to hear isn't your typical Apple rumor. Because this time, the leaks didn't come from blurry images or half-baked tweets. They came from full-on hands-on videos. Real benchmarks. Real footage. Real performance. And if what we've just seen is even half true, Apple might have just pulled off the biggest power jump in iPad history, one that could change the future of tablets completely. This is the story of the M5 iPad Pro, the leak that broke the internet and the device that could finally erase the line between iPad and Mac. So grab a seat, because this one's wild. For years, the iPad Pro has been Apple's quiet genius, powerful, precise, but always a step away from being a full computer. We've seen chips evolve from A series to M series, displays go from LCD to mini LED to OLED, and accessories that turn tablets into half laptops. But here's the truth, until now, every version felt like refinement, not revolution. That's over. The M5 iPad Pro changes everything. Not because of how it looks, but because of what's inside, a chip so advanced that early benchmarks already make the M4 look like last year's news. But let's back up for a second. This all started when two Russian creators somehow got their hands on what seems to be a fully functional M5 iPad Pro. They didn't just show it. They unboxed it. They tested it. They ran Geekbench. And when those numbers hit the internet, the tech world froze. At first glance, you'd swear it's the same iPad we already know. Flat edges. Thinner than your laptop lid. Minimal bezels that look carved by lasers. It's the same design language Apple's been perfecting since 2018, and it still looks futuristic. But the small things tell the real story. For one, the back no longer says iPad Pro. Just the Apple logo. Simple. Confident. Almost silent. And maybe that's intentional, because this iPad doesn't need a label to prove what it is. It's the most advanced iPad Apple has ever made. The real headline, though, sits behind that glass, the M5 chip. And it's a monster. Built on TSMC's brand new N3P process, it's smaller, faster, and more efficient than anything Apple's ever built. We're talking about 12% faster single-core, 15% faster multi-core, and nearly 35% faster GPU performance than the M4. Those aren't just numbers. That's real-world power, the kind of power that lets you render 4K video, animate full 3D models, or edit raw photos with zero lag. And somehow, it runs cooler and lasts longer. Apple's M5 chip takes the same DNA as the A19 Pro from the iPhone 17 lineup but supercharges it, more cores, better thermals, and a 32-core neural engine designed purely for Apple Intelligence. This means your iPad no longer just runs apps, it understands how you use them. It anticipates, adapts, and responds instantly, right on device, without sending data to the cloud. Privacy, speed, and intelligence, all working together. But what about the screen? Oh, Apple didn't forget about that. We might be looking at a brand new Ultra Retina XDR OLED 2.0 display. The same stunning deep blacks and vivid colors from the M4 model, but brighter, sharper, and more power efficient. Analysts say it can hit up to 1,300 nits of HDR brightness with smoother tone mapping and improved color accuracy. That means when you're editing video or sketching art, what you see is as true as real life. And when you're watching movies? Forget TV. This is cinema, in your hands. Now, here's something nobody expected, dual front-facing sensors. Yes, two. One for landscape, one for portrait. If you've ever done a video call on iPad, you know how awkward it looks when you're off-center. That problem? Gone. Apple's new dual orientation system can track and adjust based on how you're holding the device. Portrait or landscape, you're always perfectly framed. Face ID works flawlessly from either side, and your video calls finally feel human. It's such an Apple move, fix something subtle, and make it feel magical. And yet, for all this power, Apple's biggest secret weapon isn't hardware. It's AI. Apple Intelligence is the next chapter of the iPad. This isn't ChatGPT living in the cloud, this is intelligence that lives inside your device. It understands your workflow. It learns your writing style. It summarizes notes, organizes thoughts, and even turns your sketches into finished drafts. Imagine taking handwritten notes during a meeting and watching them transform into clean, searchable text in seconds. Or sketching a product concept and having the AI help you visualize color palettes and proportions, instantly. That's not the future. That's what the M5 iPad Pro is built for. Let's talk battery life, because everyone's asking, with this much power, how long can it last? The answer, longer than before. The M5 chip's efficiency gives about 20% more battery life on average. Combine that with a smarter adaptive refresh rate and an optimized OLED driver, and you've got a device that can run all day, maybe even longer. It's not just faster. It's calmer. It stays cool, quiet, and consistent. You won't hear fans because there aren't any. You won't feel heat because it's managed with microscopic precision. This is performance without punishment. And yes, the leaks also hint at a massive connectivity jump. Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4, and USB-C 4.0 all baked in. Super low latency for gaming, near zero lag for stylus input, and Thunderbolt-level data transfer for creators moving big files. There's even talk of a new Magic Keyboard 3, larger trackpad, better travel, and a haptic feedback system that feels more like typing on a MacBook. And maybe a new Pencil Air, lighter, faster, cheaper, for students and artists who want precision without the pro price. But let's be real, the question everyone cares about is price. Apple's M4 iPad Pro started at $999, and the 13-inch version at $1,299. With M5's performance, OLED 2.0, and new AI hardware, a small bump is likely, maybe $1,099 or $1,149 to start. Still, Apple's planning aggressive trade-ins and Apple One bundles. Why? Because it's not just selling a tablet anymore. It's selling a complete creative ecosystem, one powered by intelligence, privacy, and performance. So, should you buy the current iPad or wait? Here's the truth, if you own the M4, you're fine. It's still an incredible machine. But if you're on an older iPad, M2 or before, this is the moment to pause. Because what's coming next is the real deal. The M5 iPad Pro isn't just a faster iPad. It's the foundation of Apple's next generation, where hardware and intelligence merge into one seamless experience. The design doesn't need to change. Because now, the change is invisible, it's in how it feels. This iPad doesn't just respond to you. It evolves with you. And maybe that's Apple's quiet genius. They didn't redesign the body. They redesigned the soul. From the dual cameras to the AI-powered M5 chip, from OLED 2.0 to the smarter Magic Keyboard, this is Apple's clearest signal yet that the iPad's future isn't about form, it's about intelligence. This is no longer the device between your phone and your laptop. It's the device that connects them. And if these leaks are real, Apple's October event could be one of the biggest in years. Because the M5 iPad Pro doesn't just raise the bar. It erases it. So tell me this, if the M5 launches exactly as we've seen in these leaks, will you upgrade? Or will you wait for the next leap, when Apple's intelligence finally reaches every device? Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Apple's most shocking iPad leak yet, don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and hit that bell icon so you never miss what's next. Because the iPad's future isn't coming. It's already here. And it's smarter than ever.